Okay, so first of all, this video's always gets to me because my hair is always on the other side, and then when I watch it back, I'm a little like, wow. But I haven't made one of these updates in a fairly long time. Is it an anxiety update? Yes, it is. And is it gonna get emotional? Probably. It probably is, and I don't know why. I feel like talking to a camera is like talking to someone, because someone out there is watching it, and maybe they can relate, and maybe they can't. But at least I'm talking to someone. For me personally, it's much better to talk to someone who just listens and doesn't have anything to say and just lets me get my emotions out, if that makes sense. So, today is January 22nd, I think, of 2020. What's been going on in my life? Well, since my last anxiety update, I'm pretty sure I don't even remember where I left off. Basically, I know that I made these videos when I was anxious, and I explained what was going on in my life. After that, life got good. It started going smoothly. Everything was fine. And then 2019 hit me, and it was during the end of the year, maybe around August, and this happened last time. It was 2016 August, and I lost a lot of weight. I went down to 88 pounds. Just a little recap. I'm currently 99 pounds, so not as bad, but still a little low. I'm in a relationship, a 1-year relationship, and I'm happy in it, I guess. I mean, I guess I could just, this is a video explaining how I feel, so whoever sees it, sees it. Being in a relationship has its ups and downs. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that it's been perfect, because it hasn't. Was there the honeymoon stage of just being fully in love and loving the person for who they are? Yeah. Has there been difficult moments since then where you have like your occasional arguments and fights? Yeah. And it's a strain. It puts a lot of pressure on you when you have a lot of things going on in both of your lives, where it's just like, why are we doing this? Why are we in so much pain when we love each other? And that's not what this is about, because, well, I've recently come to terms with my relationship, and not bad terms. I've just talked to her. Her and I are working on our issues and trying to get better. One thing I do have to say is I'm sorry to her, because I know I'm not the easiest to deal with. For one, I have major anxiety. But not only that, I also have, well, I don't think it's called this anymore, but I'm basically a hypochondriac. And I know there's like a different disease, but I'm not trying to self-diagnose myself, but I've been called a hypochondriac, and I basically kind of fit the standards. Like, do I worry about everything in my life? I don't know what I am, I just know that I'm afraid of things. And one of the things I'm afraid of the most is throwing up. Always have been, always will. I might have brought this up in a video before. But, yeah, I'm terrified of throwing up. And whenever I feel sick, or whenever someone is sick around me, I freak out, panic, and put myself into just a huge bubble of, like, I need to be away from everyone, and I need to drink, like, all these, like, vitamins, I need to feel better, I don't want to get sick, blah, blah, blah. And it's really draining of the body, of like, oh, is this person sick? Oh, that person's sick. Oh, I need to do this. I need to make sure that I'm good for this many hours. It's like time consuming in that sense of like, my body will not let me relax until I know, like, oh, you're in the clear medically. Like, someone has the stomach flu, so when they're contagious, they're about, if you're interacted with them about 1 to 3 days after, you could catch the stomach flu. So what do? I set up a timer. The last time I see them, when I leave from that time, 3 days later. And then I know that I'm safe, and I'm like, okay, I don't have the stomach flu from that person. It's okay. You can't get sick. You're all right. Stuff like this has been stressing me out a lot in life, and I guess I should address some other things. Obviously, I'm not in the same place I used to be. I had to get an apartment with my girlfriend, who is currently not here right now, because if she was, she'd be like, what are you doing? And I really need to stop crying, or like on the verge of crying, because I can just feel it. So basically, in a sense, I had gotten kicked out, and in no way or form am I like coming after my parents in this, because this is my side of the story. There are always two sides of a story. I will say that. No matter what, there's two sides of every story. This is my side personally. My parents, my family, they might not agree with me, but that's okay. So basically, when I found out about my sexuality, when I was around the age of 16, 17, I told my parents, and I've been raised Catholic, and I've come from a Catholic family. Well, it doesn't necessarily go well all the time with them. They said, no, you can't be like that. No, that's not true. No, you can't date anyone under this roof. And that was their initial reaction. And I'm not here saying, like, that my life is rough, or that, you know, like, I could have gotten kicked out of my house, like, immediately, and then thrown out and been on the streets. And luckily I didn't. Obviously they still loved me and all that, and they wanted the best for me, but they didn't support me. And that's what really affected me. Okay, let me just take a breather. So that's what affected me the most. The fact that my parents didn't support me was one of the most crushing moments I think I've had in my somewhat short adult life, or at the time, teen life. And I had a struggle of my own coming to deal with, like, the fact that a lot of the times, like, I didn't, like, immediately shut down the option of, like, girl on girl. I wasn't like, oh, no, I can't date you, I'm straight. Like, thank you, you're very sweet, like, I appreciate the offer, but no. Like, that never occurred in my head. It was more like, like, why didn't I turn that down? And it wasn't because I was scared. I've had experiences with men, and I just didn't feel anything. And I just thought that was normal. I thought that was normal and that I was okay. And then I had an experience with a girl, and it was completely different. And that's what I knew. But that's beside the point. Basically, I knew who I was. And I'm not gonna lie if I told you it didn't pull me away from my religion, because it did. You know, I'm a very religious person, or was, and now I can't find the urge to want to go to church or want to go, you know, because I feel like the people at my church would, you know, look down on me or think like, ew, that's gross, how could she do that? And stuff like that. Am I ashamed of who I am? No. I'm pretty sure anyone that knows me knows that I'm that way. And I'm not ashamed of it. I guess it just hurts. I am an ugly crier, which is why I'm trying so hard not to cry. So, after that, I spent years just, losing, not really my faith. Like, I still have my beliefs. I still believe what I believe. But I would be lying if I said I wasn't as close as I used to be. Years later, coming down to age 19, where we are now, what I am now. I had gotten recently kicked out of my house. Not because of my sexuality. When I usually describe it, my friends know that my parents didn't approve, and that, when I was upset, things are said in the heat of the moment, and they're angry, and they aren't coming, like, out of a clear state of mind. And at the time, did I think, like, yeah, I basically got kicked out for my sexuality? Yeah, but that wasn't the reason. I basically just shit-talked my own religion. Pardon my language, but I have no idea, like, that's what happened. I looked at my mom. I was driving. I pulled over. I was sitting in a parking lot. I was with my girlfriend. She was beside me. I answered the phone. I forget what I asked my mom a question, and something that's always been an issue is, like, letting people into the house, like, my friends or my girlfriend, for example. And, like, yeah, you might be like, oh, don't let your girlfriend in. You don't know what's going to happen between you two. But that wasn't the issue. The issue was, for me, in my opinion, as Catholic Christians, we shouldn't turn away people at our doorstep, like, who would, like, die or need help. And in this instance, I had someone who really needed help. And they didn't understand why. They just told me no, and I got upset. Am I going to be upset that my loved one can't come to my house when nothing's going to happen? Yeah. So I said, basically, as good Christians, you're supposed to, like, not turn the other way, like, and do this. And were things said, again, out of the heat of the moment? Yes. Should I have been so rude? Probably not. But then I received a message saying that I was getting kicked out, and that if anyone wasn't being a good Catholic and Christian, it was me, because of my sexuality. And again, do I hold that against them? No. But was it said? Yeah. So at the time, when I had to explain it, I was like, I just said stuff about the religion. They got mad and they kicked me out. And they also said if I wasn't being a good Christian, blah, blah. I got kicked out. I was homeless for a long time. And by a long time, I mean maybe a month or two. Certainly not a long time, but for someone who has major anxiety and, needs things planned out, like, 10 months ahead, yeah. I was anxious. I had nowhere to live. I was going day by day, panicking, losing, like, everything. Sorry. I was losing my mental, like, health a lot. Like, the drainage was just going down. And I don't want this to come off as, like, oh, like, poor me, because I know so many people have it worse than me. And I don't want that to happen at all. What I'm getting at is I lived every day not knowing where I was going to go. I had recently been fired from my job because of my health issues, but they said it was because of attendance issues when I had many doctor's notes And then I was getting kicked out of my house one day, and I had to call off work, and they were understanding, and then a couple hours later I got fired. Now, am I upset about that? A little bit, because I didn't even get a warning or a talk from them. It was just straight, boom, you're fired, done. And yeah, that hurt, and that was my stability, and after that, it just went all downhill. Now, is this chronologically correct? No, I got fired, and then I got kicked out. So, losing my job, not having a place to stay, not having a source of income, I really didn't know where to go from there. I had no clue what to do, where to go, how I was going to make it. I was able to stay at someone's house, and they let me stay there until they got kicked out. And that was on Thanksgiving Day. Her and I had both gotten kicked out on Thanksgiving Day, and it was sad. It was really hard on us, and then we were literally living day to day with the whole question of where do I go next. I don't have enough money to get an apartment. I didn't have that much money saved to pay for the rent, the deposit, the water, the electric, all of that. Even if we split it in half, we still weren't even close because we didn't expect it so soon and so sudden. And yeah, life throws you curveballs and life throws you everything, and you can't be mad at it. But was I mad at life? Absolutely. I was upset that I was so anxious throughout all these stages, and it just wasn't getting better. Not once did it get better. And so now, obviously, you can see I'm in a place. I mean, it's a small place, obviously, but I mean, it's a place, and am I grateful for it? Absolutely. I'm absolutely thankful that I have a place to stay. But the only struggle now is anxiety, and that was the whole point of this. So here I am in my apartment, safe, so we're good. Still jobless, sadly. I guess this is where the anxiety part starts coming in. And we're already about 20 minutes into the video. After all of that, those chaotic events that had happened, it just felt like moving on was so difficult. You know, I had lost my job. Where do I go from there? Like, I have a lot of medical issues. It's hard for me to do certain things. I can't I can't lift things a lot. I can't move and lift heavy objects because my stomach has issues, because I had stressed myself so much that I got stomach ulcers. Stuff like that. I made this video mainly for the reason of because I was anxious at the time, and talking to someone or the camera really just eases me and puts my mind at ease. Do I think I can get a job? Honestly, I want to believe I can. I want to think that yes, I can get a job. I can overcome my anxiety. I can do this. And then the other issue is I have to. There's the I want to, I have to, and then there's the am I ready? And life comes at you and it doesn't give you a choice. If you're ready or not, you just have to go into it. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not ready. Like, do I miss having a job and like having some stable income and having something to hold me there? Yes, I do. I miss being able to go out of the house, do this, do that, all this stuff. And it's just, it becomes stressful in life, not knowing that I can't, like, I know I can, but at this moment, I physically think that I just can't do it. And my mind tells me, you're failing, you're not doing it, you're not going to be able to work a full-time job. You're not going to be able to go through an 8-hour shift without panicking. You're not going to be able to do this. And I just keep telling myself I can do this. and I can't even go to my therapist that I like going to because of just she's too far away. And also, more issues. My car, I got in a car accident probably like 4 days ago now. So it just comes down to a whole issue of why am I having such of a difficult time to progress in life? Is it from my background, my parents, my family? I never want to blame my parents because they're very important to me, and they have a lot of impact on my life, and everything they say to me just sticks with me. Even if it's very harsh, it still sticks deep down with me. And I think a lot about what they say to me. And I really don't know where I want to go in life right now. I want to get a job because I don't have the money. But I'm anxious that I think that I'll just get fired literally right away. And then it's like the whole mindset of like everyone's going to be like, don't be a baby, get a job, you have to push through it. It's the same thing I've heard for the last 10 years of my life. Like, life's not gonna stop moving for you. I know it's not. It's definitely not. I got kicked out. I got jobless. I literally was homeless. I had to like do all this stuff, and has it stopped moving? No, it doesn't care. And life's just gonna keep getting worse. And do I keep trying and trying and trying? Yeah, absolutely. It's just, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know how to get it. I don't have any college experience because I couldn't even go to college because of my health issues. I'm not enrolled. I'm a 19-year-old who should be a sophomore in college who's not. I guess what I'm trying to say is, update, Malia's not doing too great. Her anxiety's really taken it out of her. And she doesn't know how to do anything right. And she just keeps I feel like, I don't know why I'm talking about myself in third person. I really don't. I feel like I'm letting every single person down, especially my significant other. Mainly because she has to come home to me. She has to look at me, and she has to deal with me as if I am literally a child, and try to calm me down and help me with my anxiety. And have my doctors given me medicine? Yes. I've been on medication. Would they probably want to put me on new medication? Yeah. Do I want to be put on new medication? Absolutely not. There is no way that I want to go on any more medication to ruin my body. I am trying so hard to just stay away from the medication, to deal with this on my own, to deal mentally, because I know that I can do it. I know. But it's just a matter of when and how long are people going to stick with me and support me. And I guess that's all really what I have to say. I feel sorry for everyone that has to deal with me and puts up with me, and I'm sorry that I'm letting everyone down. And I'm so sorry that throughout this entire video I've literally just been basically crying and my voice has been cracked. Because normally it would sound like this. Wow, I don't know how I did that, but I did. Normally it would sound like this, and I would be speaking very clearly and punctually and getting the point across without breaking down like this. Wow, maybe I should become an actress. I'm just kidding. It's very hard to put on a face when you don't feel like it. It's very hard to suppress your feelings. And it's very hard to try and make everyone happy and look so happy for them. And not look anxious. Because, I'm literally sitting at home all the time right now, anxious, not being able to do anything. And oh no, here comes the tears. Let's end this video quick. Basically, I'm not doing the best. Could I be doing better? Absolutely. Life's been really hard. It really has been. And I just want to apologize to everyone who has been with me, everyone who I've hurt, and every person that maybe I've damaged along the way. Because I'm literally a hurricane right now, and I'm just whipping through life, knocking people down, trying to not care about what they think, doing my own thing. But does it affect me? Absolutely. Do I feel bad if, like, I say something mean to someone out of just being upset and anxious? Yeah, of course. And do I regret it later on? Yeah. Stuff like that's difficult. And I'm trying to work on it. So, I know that before my anxiety videos, whenever I would close them out, I would go with the thanks for watching, remember to stay strong, remember to be strong. I don't even remember it. That's how long it's been. Remember to stay strong, I think is what I would say. So, remember to stay strong. And then, just one more thing. Know that it's going to be okay. And that you can overcome your mental illnesses. No matter if it's depression, anxiety, or any of the other mental illnesses that I can't currently think of, because all I can think about is, I don't know, nothing. I don't have it literally mentioned too. And that's just because I have both of them. Mostly anxiety, depression a little bit, but it gets better. It really does. So I've heard. Has it gotten better? It's gotten a little better since, I mean, at least I'm not homeless at the moment. So, yes, it does get better. A lot? No. Slightly? Yes. And it will get better. So, it gets better. And remember to stay strong.